Hello, you are watching Flick and Chips, where we treat films like food. Because like food, cinema is cultural. The films produced in a particular country say a lot about their origin. It says a lot about people's taste, and whatever the taste is, it should taste just right. But we should also note that like food, the film is cultural and a business, an industry. Like popular local fast food chains, some film franchises attempt to tap into the international market. Retaining the distinct cultural traits that made it famous in the first place is quite a challenge, as film adaptations seem to be the usual route. Yet, one country continually proves that their cultural products are marketable to the international masses without undergoing adaptation. That country, my friends, is South Korea. From K-pop to Korean barbecue places, to the endless catalog of K-dramas available on Netflix and other streaming services, South Korea has been prosperous in showing its cultural capacity to the world. And one particular film has made noise internationally as it endowed the hearts of the masses in both ways of drama and horror. This is the 2016 zombie film directed by Sang Ho-yeon, Train to Busan. The box office success of Train to Busan is quite simple to understand, for it has all the essential ingredients for a film to be enjoyed by the whole family. To put it simply, Train to Busan is a film about family, traveling, and eating. Train to Busan is also a sign of South Korea's economic growth, because we all know that a zombie film requires a hefty budget to produce. Who wouldn't want an expensive feast, right? But going back to the idea that the film is cultural, let us examine the elements that made Train to Busan distinct from other international zombie films. The first prominent flavor in Train to Busan is melodrama. It is surprising how Train to Busan managed to compress such drama into its characters, even though most of the film comprised the characters running away from the zombies. However, too much melodrama made its character sort of flat. We know that Seok-woo is an emotionally distant father, yet it is not clear to us why he would want to keep Soo-won in his custody. Was it mere paternal instinct? In the film's most cathartic scene, we are given a cheap flashback of Seok-woo cradling Soo-won at birth, yet it did not supply us with missing information. It could have given clarity at least about Soo-won's mother, Seok-woo's ex-wife. But still, the flashback scene was so short that we could see its real intention. To cheaply tear-jerk the audiences, they should have cut onions in the theater instead. The antagonist Yeon-suk, the COO of Stallion, is also flat. This brings us to the film's second distinct flavor, the attempt to offer a social commentary. For the rest of the film, Yeon-suk managed to be annoying until finally he was bitten. His decision seemed to be based on being a company's chief operating officer, which explains why most train passengers follow his decision. But later on, his choices have become more and more dangerously self-centered. However, at the moment he realizes that he was infected, he says this to Seok-woo. This attempts to redeem Yeon-suk's character, to show his more human trait, but this attempt fails to explore his story. Yeon-suk's revelation that his mother waits for him implies that he is no different from Seok-woo and Soo-won. A mother also waits for them. But Yeon-suk's revelation came abruptly. Yeon-suk is also a parallel to Song-kyung, a pregnant woman who needs to carry her child safely to Busan. Nevertheless, having a similar dilemma could have made Yeon-suk become a more sympathetic character, or a richer antagonist if the film wanted to offer a more nuanced social commentary. Take Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, which depicts a ruling class so that the audiences could also sympathize while subtly exposing their problems. And if you think such social commentary couldn't be packed in a fast-paced setting, take a look at Key & Peele's Alien Imposter sketch, where racist stereotypes determine whether a person is real or an alien imposter. Other premature story plots that could have been developed further were Jin Yi and Jungkook's supposed romance, and In-gil and Jong-gil's sisterhood depth. Before the train's departure, their short scenes aren't enough to paint a precise picture of their relationships. Jin-hee came along with Jungkook to support his team in the game. They were teased by Jungkook's teammates. In-gil offers her boiled egg to Jong-gil, and that's it. There's no more to it. We proceed into seeing them run away before dying later in the film. Like a steak, their story is undercooked. Sang-hwa, Sung-kyung's strong husband, almost acted as the story's saving grace. It is no doubt that he is the coolest and most lovable character in the film, yet his claims towards Sok-woo as a fund manager were vague.
펀드 매니저? 개미할게.
It wasn't elaborated why he feels that way towards the fund manager. Again, their stories weren't explored enough. The origin of the zombie outbreak wasn't explored as well. Isn't it ironic that the film happens on a moving train? But most of the character stories did not arrive anywhere meaningful. However, it was pretty symbolic for Sung-kyung and Suwan. They were the only passengers to survive and arrive at Busan. They almost got shot when the military mistakenly identified them as zombies, but was saved by Suwan's singing. This gives a somewhat hopeful ending to the film to imply that the younger generation's voice could be humanity's hope. But it is a cliche though. So, was Train to Busan a well-done film? You can say yes since it grossed a motherload of money. But is the movie sound in terms of its story? Let's just say that if Train to Busan was a dish, Gordon Ramsay would be swearing right now. Well, that's it. If you, my friends, would like to savor more flavors of many films, check out our channel. And please like this video and subscribe to our channel.